Good morning, friends, from what is probably going to be one of the last videos that you all see in the apartment for quite a while, if not forever, maybe? I guess I can't guarantee that. I'm not moving, don't worry, I haven't changed my mind again. But it's summer in Colorado. I have an awesome car that I'm about to set up for camping. The apartment is more than livable, although still quite messy. And I'm ready. I'm ready to get back outside. I'm ready to get back to camping and to bring you all along with us. So today we are kicking that off by doing a build in the Subaru. And it's not gonna be super fancy, it's not gonna be of epic proportions with slide out drawers and a sink and running water, but it is gonna be functional enough for Tara and I to be on the road for days to maybe even up to a couple of weeks if we end up having any longer summer plans. I'm gonna keep it simple. I'm hoping to finish in just a couple of days so that way we can get back out there as soon as possible. And I'm so excited to be able to do this thanks to the help of today's sponsor, Bluetti. And because I live in an apartment complex, I was able to get some work done last week, but it's hard. It's loud to use power tools, it's very messy, and now that I have things like rugs, couches, a bed, sheets, I don't want to be spewing dust everywhere. So today we're gonna head back to the Lowe's parking lot where I'm gonna purchase some extra materials, cut all my pieces up, and hopefully get the build at least roughed out today, if not mostly done. There's stuff that I'll add later on, of course, but we're staying really simple, as you guys are gonna see, and I don't think it's gonna take too long. So all of that said, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the Bluetti, get it charged up so that we have power out there, and then I'll see you guys at Lowe's. Here I'm going on about how the build is going to be simple and consist of plywood that my dad and I already had left over from projects last month, which is really going to help out with the budget. For this project, I'm going to be using 3/8 and 1/2 inch material, mostly because again, that is what I had left over, and it's going to be held together with glue, nails, and screws where needed. My goal is to make it as light and functional as possible while not sacrificing on strength, hence the doubled up 3/8 material that you'll see later on. And after rambling for way too long, I realized that the road here is still too loud for me to record anything of meaning, regardless of my microphone being off. And so at the end here, I introduce the sponsor of today's video, Bluetti. Alright, before we get into the build, I just want to take a quick moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Bluetti. Now, if you've been a part of this community for any length of time, you know how obsessed I am with my Bluetti power systems. And today, I'm going to be telling you all more about the AC240, which is by far my favorite system that I've tried. And I've tried a lot. Now, the Bluetti AC240 is a leader in its class, and that's not just because of its portability, power output, or input, but because of its IP65 rating, which means that no matter what the weather conditions are or how much sawdust you are throwing in its vents, bad conditions don't stand a chance. And as I was just mentioning, the IP65 rating isn't the only standout thing about it. It also boasts a 2400 watt output, which means that I can run as many tools as I want simultaneously while charging battery packs and running Starlink if I want to at the same time, and still have more power on the table if I ever need it, without worrying about blowing a fuse or running out of power. And this project is really a good testament of that, as I've already been charging all of my batteries and running power tools, and I'm not even planning on charging it before I bring it out into the woods, surprise, tomorrow, to finish the build up. And I have a hunch that by the time that we finish, I'm still gonna be rocking well over 50% of the battery's capacity. Now, my use of Bluetti stations over time has definitely shifted. In the past, I was running my internet around the clock. It was my backup power when I was running low in Washington, but obviously that has shifted now that I'm a part-time road lifer and more full-time in an apartment or house. But this station is anything but obsolete. In fact, I feel like I'm using the station with even more purpose now than I was before. Now that I have the ability to charge my station off of the wall, which is so convenient, not having to rely solely on the power of the sun every day, I also have my Bluetti power station as backup power for when my power goes out, which with Denver weather happens way more often than I ever thought that it would. So whether you're looking for a portable power solution for camping, maybe you're building in a parking lot like I am this year, or you just want to have peace of mind in your home if your weather is as wild as mine and heading into the monsoons of Colorado, you can head down to the link in my description down below to get $100 off of a new Bluetti AC240 indefinitely, which is a discount just for this community. So make sure to use that link at checkout and let me know how you guys like it. I'm almost positive that you will love it just as much as I do. And thank you again to Bluetti as a longtime sponsor of this channel, as you really enable me to do so much more than I thought I would be able to do otherwise. And speaking of, let's go get back to the build. All right, so we are back out in the forest. Tara is so stoked, and the goal of today is to be as efficient as possible. Of course, in typical Colorado fashion, there's these lovely blue fluffy clouds over here, and then over there you can see the dark, menacing rain clouds coming. So we're gonna go as fast as I can. The goal is to not get anything wet. The Bluetti can stay outside, so I'm not too worried about that. The sawhorses are fine. It's really just the wood that I want to protect. So I'm not gonna waste any time talking. I'm gonna start getting everything just set how it's going to be in the car, so hopefully if the rain does come, I can just shut the trunk, keep everything dry, wait it out, and then get back to it. All right, the clouds are rapidly approaching, but at least I have this back portion of the platform in. Something I realized just a moment ago is that I probably should have brought the jigsaw because the skill saw that I brought does not have a metal blade on it. And that is important because this piece, this aluminum, is what I was planning on using to create a sort of lip so that way I didn't have to attach extra wood to this platform to help support the front section when it's on. Now, I've kind of walked that back, and I think I actually might do both because as strong as this is, and I'm planning on through bolting it, I'm just a little bit worried that over time, my whole body weight, Tara's body weight, putting gear back here, that this might start to bend. I mean, it would take quite a lot to do that, but it would just be unfortunate to do all this
work and then have this point fail, us be on there, the bed collapse, you get the point. I'm crossing my fingers that this storm actually goes around us. For now, I think we're doing okay. Again, the Bluetti would be fine out here, and our batteries are doing great, so there's no other reason for us to stop now. If I can get this done, with the exception of cutting this, that would be so incredible, so that's the goal. I'm gonna keep working, and we're gonna just hope that this weather holds out. Well, another really long day in the books. Well, I guess not really long. It just felt long because we also drove for 2 hours and then I also had to drive a half hour to Lowe's. But everything has gone pretty much exactly to plan, which has made everything so much faster and more streamlined. And I am this close to being done. But it is now 7:20 at night. I need to get home and let Tara out before it's dark. I need to unload. And if I'm being real with you all, I think it's just fun to do like a finished end result with a little tour. So I'm not sure if it'll be the next video, but the next camper related video will be a completed finished tour of this. I hope that you guys have enjoyed watching me build it. I know it was kind of quick, just a 1.5 day build, but I think simplicity is going to be key for the next couple of months. And I'm so excited to take you guys along on our first camping trip of many more to come. Thank you again to Bluetti for sponsoring today's video. Again, head down to the link in the description down below if you want to check out the AC240 for yourself, which by the way still has over 80% after completing this entire build with power tools. So I'm really impressed. I know you guys will be too. Head down to the link for $100 off your order, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.